All Ask Grandma Carol projects that involve cooking, baking, and using sharp objects, like blades or knives, should be completed with the help of an adult. Welcome to Ask Grandma Carol. Today I have a question from Larry. Grandma Carol, he writes, I love pretzels. I like the hard ones my mom buys at the store, but I especially prize the soft ones we get at the mall or at outdoor fairs. Is there a way to make them at home? Larry, you'll be delighted to know that soft pretzels can be made at home, and today I'll show you how. You might not realize it, but pretzels have been around for a long time. There are all sorts of stories about how they came into existence, but the one I like the best goes like this. Around 1400 years ago, an Italian monk invented pretzels to reward children like you to learn their prayers. In this story, the shape of the pretzel is supposed to mimic your arms crossed at your chest. The Italian word pretzel means little reward. The pretzel has been in use as an emblem for bakers and bakers' guilds for at least 800 years. This 12th century illustration from the Bible story of Queen Esther and King Ahusuerus may include the earliest representation of a pretzel. A painting by Dutch artist Jo Berkheide over 300 years ago shows how the loops and pretzels had a practical purpose. Bakers could hang them on sticks that protruded from a central column. So let's make some tasty soft pretzels. You're going to be amazed at how easy it is. Let's preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We can line our baking sheets in advance with parchment paper. This will make for less mess to clean up once the pretzels have baked. To ensure the yeast we're using is good, I immerse it in water, stir, and allow it to sit for about 5 minutes. If we see bubbles when we return to the yeast, we know it's active. In a large bowl, let's combine 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Now add the water and yeast mixture. We'll gradually add 3 3/4 cups of flour. If the dough is still sticky, we can add a little bit of additional flour. It's important to continue to knead the dough for about 2.5 minutes more since we are using a mixer. Now it's time to shape the dough into a ball. Once this is done, we'll let it rest by covering it with a bowl turned upside down for 10 minutes. While the dough rests, let's prepare a water bath of 9 cups of water and 1/2 cup of baking soda in a large pot. I'm going to heat this, but wait to bring it to a boil until our pretzels are shaped. Let's return to the dough. Using a sharp knife, we'll divide the dough. We need 12 equal sections. The easiest way to do this is to divide the ball into 3 equal sections, then subdivide each of these sections into 4 sections. Now I'll take the first section of dough and roll it out with my hands. It will look like a rope, about 22 inches long. Let's form a pretzel, creating a circle shape with extended ends twisted together twice. When I bring those ends back to the center of the other side of the circle, I get a pretzel shape. I'll repeat this process 11 more times for the rest of the dough. Now it's time for the baking soda bath. Let's bring the bath to a boil and submerge the pretzels one at a time into the water for no more than 20 to 30 seconds. As you fish them out, let excess water drip off. Now we can place each one on our baking sheets. You can brush each pretzel with butter, oil, or milk. I'm going to use oil and then sprinkle each one with kosher salt. Pretzels bake for 12 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. The pretzels are fresh out of the oven, and boy, do they look good. Do they taste good? Sure do. Try making these at home. You will be delighted. I'll post this recipe for soft pretzels on the recipe page at AskGrandmaCarol.com. Do you have a question for Grandma Carol? email me at askgrandmacarol@yahoo.com. Yours just might be one of the questions answered on the show. And don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified when new Ask Grandma Carol videos come out. I'm so glad you're here, spending time with me. Help me make this way more fun, share your curiosity. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Got a question? Pose it